Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Confidence Faith channel. I'm super excited to bring you to the podcast, Move Forward in Love, and I'm your host, Samantha, or Dr. Sam. I deal with relationships, the eight kinds, as well as the eight kinds of the eight kinds of love. And today I would like to discuss with you relationships with your parents. A lot of the times people are skewed, I guess, for a while. And here's one perspective that I find that most people forget. Your parents were dealing with things before you came up. Your parents had wounds before you arrived. Your parents were still dealing with daily struggles every day that they put a smile on their face for you. Now, you might say, well, my parent beat me till I threw up. My parent treated me different than all of my siblings. My parent X, Y, Z. And, you know, I'll be honest, I haven't been there with the abusive portion, physical abuse and stuff. But I want to say this. If your parents, if you were not on this life path and your parents hadn't done that, you could not have come to where you are. Now, it could be a good place that you're at, or it could be a totally bad place. And so I want to explore that more. If you're in a good place, that means that you were able to heal, you were able to find the better parts of life, and you were able to move into a positive direction. If you are in a bad space, it means that you have not been able to forgive. You are very guarded because of your past pains. And it means that you are probably avoiding some aspect of that. Now, avoidance can be good or bad as well. Avoidance can be good if it's not the right time, but avoidance can be bad if it's long term. Because, see, with broken love, you're going to want to fill that love. And so, from my experience with just parental divorce, it really cuts deep. So, to want to love and to feel unloved, or to want to love and to be proven audibly or visually that you are unloved. And the wounds run deep, and I can honestly attest to that. I mean, you can get it even in a relationship with like a boyfriend or girlfriend. But the thing is that with your parents, they were trying, some of them were trying their best. Some of them were giving you the best of what they knew because maybe their past was worse and they actually worked on themselves. And even though you felt unloved, maybe it wasn't an abusive situation, maybe it was something different. Even though you felt unloved, they were giving you the best that they had. See, the thing is, the problem is that when we come to life as children, we are love. We're pure love. That means we are the purest energy form. We are so connected to life itself. So if you think I'm like making it up, what about those kids who are having past life memories? Or they may take the personality and the associations of someone who's passed. Why is it that children are the easiest ones to see spiritual things like maybe a passed on grandmother, or they hear angels when there's an argument going on? If children were not the closest thing to the spiritual realm in physical form, why is it that Jesus said, "Let the children come to me," when the people, the adults, tried to push them away? And that story, it's almost like there's a metaphysical twist to it. The adults in the physical realm who were trying to get back to the spiritual realm through Jesus pushed the children away. But Jesus knew from this physical realm that the children were so spiritual, they could replenish him. See, when you have children, the replenishment of love can be so great if you let it. And so, for those of us who don't feel love, we say, well, why didn't you want my love? Why wasn't my love good enough? Why did it feel broken and I couldn't fix it? And the thing is that parents sometimes don't know how to fix their own love, so they don't know how to fix love with you. So then you begin to ingrain yourself with these insecurities. Now, some parents can be spiritually mature, some parents just aren't. And if your parent isn't, then I'd like to be your parent for a second. Your love was always good enough. Now, you could have been the child of a relationship that broke their heart. And every time they look at you, they feel or felt the despair of wanting to be loved and being rejected. Your face could have reminded them of everything they were supposed to be, but failed at in life. And they might hinder themselves from loving you because it's loving a self-imposed rejection. When you think of you, you may have been a product of out of or out of marriage. I think it's called wedlock, out of wedlock um, relationships. And it can bring guilt. See, there's so many things because when we come with love. But when we come in with love, we're met with a slightly hardened heart because of life sometimes. Now, I'll give you a story that I used in my blog this week. Once I told someone that they should stop crying because they weren't a victim anymore. My heart had hardened. See, when we are in the midst of learning life, our ego instantly protects. When we are going through hardship, we don't want to feel pain anymore. I didn't want to feel pain anymore. I thought that maybe I was being emotionally manipulated. So I put up a wall super fast. Get over it. You're not a victim. I don't want to hear your tears anymore. But what I really didn't realize is how long pain can hold. Decades and decades had gone by, and the pain still resonated so deep from a cut that said, I didn't love you. You were nothing to me. And I didn't see it that way because in my eyes at that stage in my life, I saw, I want this result from you, so I'm trying to do this. But here's the thing, that's not what was happening. And in your life, that might not have been what was happening either. Sometimes we confront the issue and we find out, hey, they had no idea. Or sometimes we don't confront the issue and then we see the same things. We see we're unlovable. We see that they don't like us. We see X, Y, and Z. When you're rediscovering yourself with your parents, it's important that you understand that when you try to reestablish that relationship, it may not come in the way that you're looking for. Your parent may not have regrets. Maybe that's exactly the way they wanted to treat you. If you go and you try and confront the issue, maybe it's not going to be that harsh. Maybe they're going to say, oh my goodness, I had no idea. And sometimes their pain of their past and wanting to avoid their feelings of pain will push you away, and you might lose that person too. Now, this is the craziest sensation when you want to fix something and it ends up causing chaos and destruction. So let's tackle that. Well, isn't love supposed to conquer it all? Yes, love is supposed to conquer it all, but please remember that everybody has free will. So, on a good side, maybe time will pass and that person will see the truth. And on a bad side, maybe you'll either have to take a halfway decent relationship or forget about the relationship. With your parents, I would love for it not to be that way because it hurts. It's going to hurt, to feel like you have lost the ultimate first love. And so I want to share with you today that if you are feeling this way, You don't have to worry. There are a bunch of other people who feel this way. I think that honestly, all of us have to be broken so that we can rebuild. Remember, I said if you had a bad experience with a physical abuse relationship, especially from your parents, that it can really just cut you deep and you can either have good or bad. I think no matter what, on the ground level, everyone has to be broken. And then you build from there because you have to rebuild, do better, find new perspectives, regain understanding, create love in different ways because it's like a puzzle. If we came into the world whole and we stayed whole, we would never look for each other because our pieces would be put together. Nobody looks for a puzzle piece when the puzzle's done. The only way for us to reconnect, establish relationships, share love, and do more with our life is for us to be broken. When you're broken, you reach out to God. God, why would you do this? I hate you. Maybe, God, why would you do this? Thank you for, I don't know what's going on. Thank you for the things I don't understand. Right? You look to people. Have y'all ever experienced this? Let me tell you this crazy story. I went on this date, or this person said this, or I can't believe this, or I'm going through such a hard time. And that person says, I have had that experience. Let me share with you. Let me comfort you in that way. Another thing that you could experience is that the other person can just hold space for you. It doesn't mean that they are not listening, devaluing what you say. It means that they are allowing you to pour yourself out. And we should all look for friends like that. And they should also be able to give advice, and they should also be able to get you hype, and they should also be able to help you defend yourself without your ego, building you back up in love, filling that void with love so that you can go out and properly interact with people in a positive way. In confidence faith, I I classify this under individual self-discovery or soul discovery or individual coaching, whatever you call it. You'll see probably all three titles in them because they're the same. In individual coaching, you need to have self-discovery so that you can get back to you. So when I'm saying these things, it's not just for you. It can be your friend. It's not just for you. It can be for your company's employees. Your parental relationships can hinder you for decades. Like I said, pain holds for decades. And so my suggestion for you is to reach out because I have books. Here, I'll show you one of them. This one is called The 14 Things. Oh, let me see if I can get it clear for you. The 14 Things I Learned About Self-Love. It's not working. Ah, maybe not. Well, anyways, it's 14 Things I Learned About Self-Love. I actually won an award for it. And it's very short. It's helped uh, several people, a bunch of people, um, in just processing why they love the way they do. The book was developed because I took 14 of the steps I gained from doing my own self-love journal. So I'll read you a small excerpt. He noticed I tense. He notices I tense and I am angered. Quickly he states, I could do it at my own time, but his true feelings had already been revealed. Speak up or shut down. When you are faced with emotions that causes a reaction in you, it is a tough call to hold your tongue. It is the spitfire inside that states you will win. Your ego pushes you so that you can feel confident in winning and protecting you, but instead you hesitate because you want a better result. Speaking up and shutting down are two very real options for those that have lost themselves in life, because if you have something good, where will it get you if you argue? The lessons you have learned will move you, but remember, if you act in love, eventually you will receive love. And so what you'll find is that top section I read is part of the storyline that happens. And then you get notes under it of the 14 points that I learned. And this book is actually really, really dear to my heart because It is me. You're going to find me, the pains that I felt, the lessons I've learned, because I'm still trying to get this to focus. I want you to have the ability to do better. You can do it on your own time. If you don't want to do coaching, get a book. But the point is that with your parents, they were already dealing with something. They probably needed that book. They didn't have that book. And so maybe what you want to do is you want to do a book study with your family and include them. There are so many facets to each individual. There are so many facets to love. And broken love creates broken love. So, in rediscovering yourself, in soul discovery, in individual coaching, you can get all of that. The answers you need, the pathways to lead to the answers. And so I invite you to reach out to me again and let me explain a little bit more. If I haven't made anything clear, please feel free to comment. If I have, yay. My goal is just to let you know that pain lasts as long as it needs to for somebody else. You can't stop somebody else from feeling pain, but you can help them along their way. You may not understand, but sometimes it's not about understanding. It's about being the person that holds the space for the person who's trying to understand their own life. And today, I give you that permission. If you haven't given it to yourself, give yourself permission to hold space. But until next time, please subscribe, like the video, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.